Hey, it's Marissa from Attio, and in this video we'll take a look at how you can enroll recipients into your sequences. You can add recipients to your sequences manually or through a workflow. Let's start with the manual option. The first way that you can manually enroll people to your sequences is within the sequence editor by clicking Enroll Recipients up here. You'll also find an Enroll to Sequence button on the object views and record pages for people, as well as in people lists. So if I wanted to hand select who I'm adding to a sequence, let's say for an event that we're hosting in our office, I could apply filters to narrow down my view to a specific subset of people, click the tick box next to their names and select Enroll to Sequence. On my London Locals view here, I have a filter for city is London and then another one for associated user status is active, which finds all of our active customers that are in the same area as our office. So I can either select a few or I could click here to select all from this filtered view. Now I can add them to the sequence and choose the sender. So in our last video, we explained that you can both invite other team members as senders on your sequence and that each sender can decide whether to delegate sending, which allows others to enroll recipients on their behalf. Here you can see that Heather has enabled delegated sending, so I'm going to add these emails to the sequence with her as the sender. In addition to manually enrolling recipients, you can automate enrollment based on key triggers in your go-to-market process using Attio's workflows. Let's use the inbound leads sequence that I created in the previous video and run through an example workflow. Workflows are Attio's powerful process automation tool that lets you trigger actions from activity within Attio or external inputs. To learn more about workflows, head over to the Workflows Academy course. This workflow is triggered when someone fills out the Talk to Sales form on our website requesting a demo. We use Typeform, so form submitted is the trigger. We then use the data that has been inputted into the form to create or update a person record and delay for 5 minutes. The reason for the delay is that we want to use Attio's enriched attributes on the company record in the next step. So we want to give enough time for the company to be created off the back of the person's record and also for those smart attributes to be populated with data. Next, we use if-else to determine whether the inbound lead is our ideal customer profile, which is essentially a VC-backed tech startup founded in the last 5 years. I'm taking data like category, foundation date, funding raised, and adding it into the condition. So if the lead meets this criteria, meaning that this is our ICP, the workflow will continue on the true path. If it's not our ICP, then it will continue down the false path. For that false path, we are first using a round robin block. Then we create a deal record and assign it in the lead stage. Our sales team will review these lower priority deals on a daily basis to determine the appropriate follow-up steps. For the true path, which is the inbound leads that match our ICP, we've set up our workflow to automatically reach out and offer a demo call. This gives these high priority customers immediate access to our sales team as soon as they fill out our lead form. So again, we'll use a round robin block and create a deal. But on this deal, we'll mark it as ICP so that the sales team can easily identify this. And instead of adding it to the lead stage, we'll add it to the contacted stage because the final step that we're using here is enrolling it into our sequence with the enroll to sequence block. So here I have selected the sequence, the recipient and the sender, and I'm using the picked user from the round robin or the deal owner to be the sender. This is just one example of how you might automatically enroll leads into an email sequence. The trigger, logic, and action blocks in Attio workflows give you infinite flexibility to decide how and when you enroll recipients in sequences. And that wraps up our video on enrolling recipients. In the next video, we'll be looking at how you can manage your sequences.